Hey everybody, welcome into Sports Live in the 215. I'm your host Connor Okuda, here to have a Philadelphia Phillies 12-day review. Now, just a quick sidebar: don't don't get used to this because um, this is only happening because if you saw yesterday's podcast, you would know I forgot my computer. I forgot to bring my computer on vacation with me. That likely won't happen uh, for a long time, if really ever again. Um, so okay, with that being said, with that being said, let's get into it. Let me just open my phone really quick. And the first game we'll discuss um first game we'll discuss happened on, let me check something quickly, happened on June 21st. um they the Phillies lost to the Diamondbacks 5-4. So let's get into the breakdown of this game. Um, Taiwan Walker went 4 innings. He ended up getting hurt in this game. Um, he went 4 innings and then gave up 4 earned runs, struck out three, um, struck out three, walked three, and gave up 3 home runs. He obviously wasn't sharp again. I feel like I'm sounding like a broken record when it comes to Taiwan Walker. He just has not pitched like he's worth the big contract the Phillies gave him, and it's unfortunate because we thought we were gonna get just a professional pitcher who was always competitive, and so far we just have not gotten that. Um, he just was not sharp again. And hopefully, when he gets back, hopefully he turns it around, because with as much money as Dave Dombrowski, Sam Fold, and the Phillies organization as a whole are paying him, um, I at least think they expected a a veteran pitcher who could shine in some big moments, and the only thing he's really shining at is being a chef at an Italian restaurant, because the guy serves up so many meatballs. You you'd think he's um he's gonna he was delivering them with a side of spaghetti, maybe some marinara sauce and garlic bread. No, I'm kidding, but seriously, that guy just has not been it. And then Spencer Turnbull went an inning and a third. Inning and a third, gave up no runs. Or actually, let me check that. Check that to confirm. Yep. Turnbull gave up no runs. Struck out 2. Sir Anthony went 2/3 of an inning. Walked 1, but was able to get out of it. And then Strom went an inning and a third. No runs. And then let's get to the summary. Or wait. So let's get to the scoring breakdown in the second inning. Taijuan Walker gave up a home run to Lourdes Gurriel Jr. That put the Snakes up 1-0. And then in the top of the third, he gave up a 2-run home run. And then following that, in the fourth inning, he gave up another home run to Jock Peterson. And the home run in the third inning was Gabriel Moreno. I believe the Jock Peterson pitch was the one he got hurt on, and he has not been back since. And then in the bottom of the third inning, Trey Turner hit a home run to center that scored. Kyle Schwarber was on base for that. That made it. Hold on. Made it 4-2 Arizona. And then Trey Turner came up in the bottom of the seventh. He singled on a he singled to short center, and David Dahl scored. And then with 1 out in the same inning, Bryce Harper grounds into a double play with the bases loaded, unfortunately. And then in the bottom or the top of the eighth, Geraldo Perdomo, he hit a line drive to right field that scored 1, and then in the bottom of the eighth, Nick Castellanos homered, and then nobody scored in the ninth, Paul Sewald was able to shut it down for the D-backs. So it's just a really unfortunate loss. Taijuan Walker, like I said, was not sharp. The bullpen did their best to keep us in it, but it just was the 5 runs Walker gave up was too much of a deficit to overcome, and at that point, what is my whoops? Sorry about that. I did not mean to. Not mean to freaking to do that. And then yeah, with that being said, game one went to the Arizona Diamondbacks. So that being said, let's talk game 2 of that series. The Phillies ended up thrashing the Diamondbacks 12-1. Let me just put the phone down here. And this game was started by Zach Wheeler. And he was essentially in cruise control the entire game. I want to say he went. Let's see. I want to say he went. Yep, he went 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run. It was great to see from Zach, and then the Phillies offense just were able to kind of bottle some frustration they had from the previous night and take it out on the beleaguered and on the underperforming young National League champions. And the offense just came to play. Right from jump in the second game of that series, you get 2 runs in the first inning, and then it really felt like the scoring never stopped. When the Diamondbacks got a run in the 5th, the Phillies said, "We'll do you one better," and they scored 2 runs. So when the Diamondbacks delivered a punch, the Phillies showed they were able to punch back. So that's good to see. I believe their longest losing streak so far this year is 2 games. So this team knows how to respond after a loss, as most good teams do. They don't let one loss spiral into 4 losses, and then those 4 turn to 8. So that's it's good. It's really amazing to watch the maturity of this ball club and these players, whether they're like 10 or 11-year vets or guys that just came up a couple years ago. Like these guys know how to win. They understand what it takes, and they're battle hardened by the the last 2 years of being in the playoffs and playing in some big games. So it's always good to see. Um, it's always good to see a, a team respond well after a very disheartening loss. With that being said, let's get to game 3 of the Diamondback series. They win this one 4-1 behind a great start by Christopher Sanchez. Um, let me just. Sanchez goes 7 innings, 3 hits. 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. It was really, really great to see. And then Alvarado went an inning, and then so did Hoffman. Hoffman was able to get the save. Um, Alvarado, I believe he got the hold. Rob Thompson's famous for having like three or four solid guys take on the closer's role depending on the day, which I don't know how a lot of you feel about that, but I personally like it because it shows that the guys in the bullpen are really unselfish and they don't care who gets like the prime who gets the spotlight or um different accolades or stats or things of that nature. They only care about one thing, and that's the W, and that's a quality that most great teams have. Yeah, so they were able to even up this series at one apiece, and yeah. So let's get to uh, wait. Actually, that was game 3. Game 2 was the 12-1 squashing of the Arizona Diamondbacks. My fault. I misspoke. Let's get to the next series, shall we? Here we go. Do, do. So the next day the Phillies traveled on the road, or they traveled to Detroit. Uh, and they win this first game 8-1. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Aaron Nola went 7 innings, 1 earned run. He was absolutely fantastic. And Michael Mercado got his first inning of Major League action, and he got his first Major League strikeout. And then in the ninth, Orion Kerkering came in and closed it down. So that's good to see, and that was just a good team win. Um, the bats were absolutely incredible. And in the first inning of this Phillies Tigers game, they actually turned I want to say a 1-5-3 triple play. Um, let me just check that to confirm. Yeah. But that was just a great team win. Harper had 5 of the 6 RBIs. And then yep, it was a 1-3-5 triple play. That was really good to see. Harper had a Bryce Harper type of night, just driving in runs, making an impact on the game. And defensively, he's as solid a first baseman as there is in the game, I believe. And people who listen to the Phillies Brewers series podcast, they'll know that I'm a huge Reese Hoskins guy. But Bryce Bryce Harper has exceeded my expectations of just how well anyone can adapt to a new position. Like it's crazy the kind of athlete that guy is. He went from catcher to right field in the minor leagues, and then went from um, went, went from right field essentially. Well, he went right field to DH to first base, but like that's just ridiculous to be able to play three totally different positions that require such different skill sets. it's really a testament to how athletic that guy is, and really what hard work that guy does put in, and it's really a joy to watch. Yeah. Yeah, let me just get and then the Phillies got let's get to the scoring breakdown. They got 4 runs in the first, 3 runs in the sixth. After Detroit tacked on 1 in the bottom of the 5th inning, and then they got one run in the 8th, and then check the summer. And then I mentioned the Mercado and Kirkering. My bad. Let me just fix that really quick. And then the following day, they lose 4-1. 4-1. Let's check the box score. Suarez went 6. Ranger went 6 allowed. Allowed 4 runs and 2 earned with 4 strikeouts. And then Sir Anthony pitched 1 inning, Soto pitched 1, and the Phillies were only able to tack on 1 run in the top of the 9th, unfortunately. Just that was just kind of a stinker of a game, and those are going to happen over 162, even to like the 1998 Yankees. I'm sure they had at least a couple stinkers, so I'm not too worried. And most Phillies fans weren't too worried after the second game of the Tigers series. And then let me hit on the. And then the following day, the Phillies respond with a 6-2 victory. Let's get into it. And then this was the game where, unfortunately, Spencer Turnbull did end up getting hurt. And he has not been back yet, unfortunately. Yeah, it's definitely frustrating because I think he got hurt in 2022 when he was with Detroit, and then now he came back to Comerica Park, and gets hurt again. Unfortunately, it just sucks to see that. But anyway, you get the the 6-2 victory. Let's check the box score. Matt Vierling homered in the first inning against Spencer Turnbull. And then after Turnbull went his 3 innings, Soto went 1, and then Jose Ruiz went 1, Strom went 1, Kirkering went 1, and Hoffman and Alvarado got the 8th and the 9th. So that was a really solid job by the bullpen, picking up your starter after he unfortunately goes down against his former team, the team that drafted him. And hopefully Spencer gets back soon. But this was a really good way to wrap up this series. I did not mean to almost close. And then the following day, the Phillies return home to play Miami in a 4-game series. The first game they lose 7-4. Let's check the stats out real quick. Whoops, wrong game. The Phillies were actually up in this game. Three to nothing, and then the Marlins struck for 4 runs in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, and 1 in the 9th. Yeah, and then Hoffman actually got the loss because in the seventh inning or later, if a reliever gives up the lead, it counts as a blown save, um, because he didn't hold the lead. Um, so yeah, it was just an unfortunate way to kind of start this series, and then yeah, you're hoping, like they've always done, they respond the next day. Let's check those stats. And then they win 2-0 on a complete game shutout by Christopher Sanchez, the first of his career. He was absolutely dominant. I mean, ew. He signed that 4-year extension with the Fighting Phils, and he made it worth every penny. At least on Friday night, and the bullpen, the bullpen got a day to kind of rest up and sort of keep their arms fresh. So that's always good. And the emotion was really good to see from Christopher on the final out. He screamed. He screamed. It was just so awesome. I'm really happy for the guy. He finally sticks in the big leagues, and it couldn't have happened to a harder worker. Um, yeah, I'm really happy for that guy right there, and yeah, it was a really solid it was a really solid team win, and it really was the epitome of a team win. I mean, you scratch across 2 runs, and your starting pitcher from that point on basically says, "I got it. Let's roll, boys. We good." And boy, he was absolutely masterful, and you really hope he can continue this after getting the extension. Um, and then the next the next day on Saturday, they lose 3-2. Just another bad day from the offense. Um, Nola went 6 2/3. He unfortunately got the loss because he was responsible for the runner on second when he left the game. So he unfortunately got the loss. He pitched his butt off. Yeah, he pitched his butt off, and he got a loss that maybe he didn't deserve. But hey, that's baseball. Strom just did he didn't look right in the seventh inning when he came in. And then Alvarado and Kirkering gave us a chance, but the Phillies offense didn't produce in the final couple of frames. And then on Sunday, the Phillies were down. They were down 6-3 in the bottom of the fifth after an uncharacteristic start from Christopher from Ranger Suarez. He only went 4 2/3, gave up 6 runs. 6 runs, all 6 of which were earned. But then Jose Ruiz goes an inning and a third. Sir Anthony Dominguez, who ended up getting the win, goes an inning and a third. Gregory Soto goes an inning. Jeff Hoffman gets the 9th inning, and he closes it down. So that was really good to see. You earn a split, but a split with a last place team isn't the best way to go. It definitely left. I'm sure it left a sour taste in definitely the players' mouths as well as the fans' mouth. It just shouldn't happen, and it was unacceptable. But then, luckily, the Phillies responded with let me scroll back up here and then with a where's yesterday I want to say yesterday they had a 6-1 lead in the 9th, and then Jose Ruiz gave up a 3-run bomb to Seiya Suzuki in the bottom of the 9th. And then Jeff Hoffman was able to close it down. Michael Mercado looked absolutely fantastic in his first major league start. He went 5 innings. I want to say he struck out 4, only walked 2, and gave up 1 earned run on a RBI double by Cody Bellinger. I feel really good for the kid. Yeah, hopefully this is a sign of things to come, and he definitely earned a second start with how well he pitched. So the Phillies start the month of July on a very, very high note. With that being said, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. Have a good day, everybody.